YouTube, what is up? Wally P here at Wally's Free Picks, and today I have a college football play for you guys. This is for action on Saturday, September 9th, 2023. Let's get right into it. We have the number 22 Colorado Buffaloes versus the 0-1 Nebraska Cornhuskers, folks. Good rivalry here. Nebraska had a rough outing last week in Minnesota, resulting in a 10-13 defeat. Low-scoring affair against the Golden Gophers. The 6'4", 220-pound Jeff Sims had barely 100 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 3 interceptions, and his Nebraska Cornhuskers debuted, completing only 11 for 19 of his passes. He, however, almost had 100 yards of rushing himself. Very impressive mobility from what we've seen on Jeff Sims, but not enough for Matt Rule and his new-look Cornhuskers team to get the job done in Minnesota. The Colorado Buffaloes, on the other hand, ladies and gentlemen, prime time and family, the Colorado underdog Buffaloes. The Colorado Buffaloes, who are only supposed to win over 3.5 games this season. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from across the world, we witnessed a spectacle last week at TCU. One of the biggest upsets in college football this year happened last week in week 1. Prime time and family went off. Shedeur Sanders, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 38 for 47 passing, a school record in his Division I debut, 510 yards. He eclipsed over 500 yards in his Division I debut after all of the hype against the national championship runners-up TCU on the road, exchanging blows left to right, winning outright. 21-point underdogs for what? 4 receivers with 100 yards? Travis Hunter, 119 yards himself and 1 interception. 119 yards off 11 receptions. He was looking like a young Deion Sanders, Coach Prime himself. He was everywhere on the floor, playing spectacular defense, playing spectacular offense, running crazy routes. He was everywhere just trying to snatch interceptions left to right. He almost had like 3 interceptions himself. He could have had 2 touchdowns that he dropped in the end zone. Good looks as well. I don't know if he's going to keep up the pace for this Colorado Buffaloes team, playing over 60, 70 snaps on offense and defense. I don't know what Deion Sanders has in store for Travis Hunter this week, but he could have been a Colorado Buffaloes track and field runner, a cross-country runner. How in the heck do you have that much cardio, Travis Hunter? You're just everywhere and performing spectacular on both ends of the floor. He looked like the baddest man on the field besides Shedeur Sanders, of course. Like I said, he could have easily had 2 touchdowns with that interception that he dropped in the end zone as well. Shallow Sanders, a team-high 10 tackles. Let's talk about him. Let's talk about the other Sanders on that team playing defense. Team-high 10 tackles. Dylan Edwards, 135 yards on only 5 receptions and 3 touchdowns. That is insane. Xavier Weaver was just weaving across traffic. Him and Jimmy Horn both had 100 yards each themselves. Very impressive offense. Ladies and gentlemen, this Colorado Buffaloes offense is fire. They are the real deal Holyfield. That Shedeur Sanders kid, he has a real deep cannonball that is accurate. That is scary. This defense was surprisingly good as well. Still some holes to fix, still some flaws in the defense, but nonetheless, great defense played on TCU, regardless on how high scoring this game was last week. I liked how the Colorado Buffaloes operated their defense. I do. Charles Kelly, great defensive coordinator. I love what him and Deion Sanders did to this Colorado Buffaloes team. Like I said, Shallow Sanders, 10 tackles himself. Deion Sanders knows what he's doing, folks. Trevor Woods, he had the other interception in the end zone. That could have been the game changer on how TCU would have won. Trevor Woods is just one out of the 3 returning Colorado football players from last year. Deion Sanders knows what he's doing, and he had a brilliant interception in the end zone, like I just said. One of the only 3 returning players from last year on the Colorado Buffalo's football team. Ladies and gentlemen, this game is in Boulder. And from what I seen last week at Texas Christian, there should be no problem for Deion Sanders and family to get it done here at Boulder. At their home opener, in front of the hottest team in football, in front of their fans. The spread here is just a mere 3 points. And they beat TCU on the road by 3. You take the spread, they only win by 3, you get your money back. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think Prime Time and company wins by more than 2 scores. More than 14 here. I think Deion Sanders and Charles Kelly will make all the necessary adjustments from what they learned last week at TCU. I am a firm believer of this Colorado Buffaloes team, folks. I am a firm believer now. Your play of the day, your play of the week, the 0-1 Nebraska Cornhuskers, the new look Nebraska Cornhuskers team versus the hottest team in college football, the number 22 Colorado Buffaloes at home. Your play of the week here, folks. I am taking the Colorado Buffaloes minus 3 points at minus 115. You book it, baby. That is your play of the week. I will see you guys in the next video.